Hello everybody. I wanted to hop on here really quick. I had 2 meetings on Zoom this morning and this subject came up on both times. So I wanted to talk about it. It's about being a victim, playing the victim role, choosing to be a victim rather than choosing to live in abundance. So when you wake up in the morning and you're feeling down on yourself, you're making that choice. When something bad happens to you, you can say that happened to me, and you can dwell on it and you can keep reliving that cycle over and over and over again, or you can choose to learn from it and make different decisions on what you're going to be doing moving forward. For example, let's just say you're in a shitty situation, in a shitty relationship. You can choose to stay stuck there and not talk about your feelings and not talk about your needs from that relationship and expect it to get better, or you can just pretend nothing's wrong and just live in that moment and then be upset when things don't change. It is up to you on how you show up. You get to make that decision. And when you don't clarify your feelings and stand your ground, they're not going to know. So like, for example, I have one of my clients, her husband wasn't showing up the way she wanted to. And she's like, oh my God, I don't even know if I want to be in this relationship anymore. And I am done because he's not helping me out. I'm like, well, are you communicating this with him? She's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, let's get to the drawing board and write down exactly what you want and desire in a relationship, and then start embodying that and start speaking your truth, because if you don't tell them, they're not going to know. So you can continue to play like this and be the victim, or you can actually talk about your feelings and you're setting your boundaries and removing that guilt and that shame. Because quite often we don't speak our truth because we are worried about what the other person's going to think, how they're going to take it, because we have this guilt and this shame. You have to remove that. And you have to understand that is not your responsibility of how they're taking something. It is not your responsibility on how they react, because that is on them. It has nothing to do with you. And just the same as them, when they say something to you, it has nothing to do with them. It's how you perceive it and it's how you take it. That's why I hate text messaging, because the message, your intention behind the text message could be completely different from how they're taking it. That's why I prefer a person talking, because you can actually articulate exactly what you're trying to communicate with them. Anyways, victim role, it's all a choice. You can choose to live it, or you can choose to remove it and move on and learn from it. Depends on what you're doing. If you guys have any questions about this, let me know. Because when you're living in victim mentality, there's so many other things that can go down, like suppressed emotions, which causes diseases and so much more. That's another different conversation to be had. Because when which you can do emotional releases through breath work, Reiki, all kinds of different things. You can do emotional releases, which will actually remove pain from your body, or could solve other issues. But anyways, I'm not qualified to be talking about that. I do have someone though in my circle if you wanted to find out some information about that. Anywho, I needed to just hop on and just talk about the mentality of victims and how you get to make the decision every day to live an abundant life. So hope you have a great day.